First off, I just want to welcome every one of our attendees today. Like I said, my name is Connor Anderson, and I'm the Liberty Systems Solution Architect. Thank you for taking the time to chime into our webinar to discuss the SOTI ONE platform. As we go through the presentation, feel free to shoot any questions in the chat, and we'll address those at the end of the PowerPoint. To start, I'm just going to go over our speakers today. It's going to consist of the following. So from the SOTI team, we have Minali Mehta, our Enterprise Channel Account Manager, Julian Velasco, our Enterprise Channel Sales Engineer, Andrew Pieria, a SOTI Sales Engineer Associate, and myself, Connor Anderson, Liberty Systems Solution Architect. I want to give a quick thanks out to the SOTI team for joining Liberty Systems on this webinar today. And from a speaking point of view, Liberty Systems will be focusing on SOTI Mobi Control, but our agenda today will include our SOTI representatives to briefly touch on the following. Starting with successful mobile device strategy, which will cover SOTI's consideration for building a mobile device strategy. Risk and costs of not using endpoint management, which highlights the risk and costs associated with not using endpoint management solutions. SOTI ONE, which emphasizes the role in connecting all aspects of mobile operations and devices under one comprehensive solution. SOTI Mobi Control, which simplifies business mobile operations by managing your mobile devices in one console. SOTI Excite, which focuses on how Excite is and how it's going to help you and how it helps maximize the ROI of business mobility by improving troubleshooting and visibility into device performance. SOTI Connect, which assists with ease of managing printers, asset management challenges, and data insights. And last but not least, some internal case studies. These will be some real-life examples of successful implementations of SOTI solutions, showcasing the benefits of Mobi Control in a couple industries that Liberty Systems has worked with. So to start, I'm going to pass this off to Minali Mehta, who again is our Enterprise Channel Account Manager, and she'll be discussing the first three topics as discussed. Minali, on to you.
Thank you, Connor. Hello, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good day today. Just wanted to speak about the successful mobile device strategy. And if we look at the device strategy as a whole, what are the most important points there? Is endpoint device management. Managing devices as a whole is very important and crucial. Selection of devices. What devices to be used, be it Android, iOS, Windows, Linux on the operating system sides, and whether it will be a laptop, scanner, tablets, printers. So selection of devices is important as well. Managing updates on the devices by pushing OS updates, application updates, etc., and many more. Managing security. Security of the device is important for any company, right? As corporate security of data is the key for any company. Select the right software. Selecting the right software solution for managing all of the above mentioned points is for the better total cost of ownership and better productivity on the IT front as well. And let's hover over into the next slide, is risk and cost of not using endpoint management. So what are the risk and cost of not using endpoint management solutions is, let's start with alignment of devices, strategies and timings. Will you have a mixed OS environment? Would it be Android, iOS, Linux, Windows devices? How will you roll it out? What is the rollout strategy? Rolling devices in phases, or would it be before the live go date? Best practices. Update in test environment first so you do not hamper the production environment. Roll out early MDMs. MDM to be rolled out before the go live date, because MDM is a crucial part of the solution. Warnings and risk. Do in a sandbox test. Test it out in trial environment first. Know the difference between the platforms, iOS versus Android. Identify which OS is best suited for your corporate environment. Why security is important is track lost and stolen devices as one device lost incurs high cost to any company. Access control, remotely control devices to track if employee is being productive during work hours. Also, another point, an element here is what applications are being running on devices. Can keep a track. If not, they're using work application, employer can block or remove that application if they're not using work application to increase employee productivity. Let's hover over into the next slide, which is our fleet of ecosystem, what we have here, which is SOTI ONE platform, connecting everything for better IT productivity and increase companies' total cost of ownership and return on investment. So let's hover over into our SOTI identity first. So SOTI identity is a secure access to the SOTI ONE platform. It's a user management solution. And we have Mobi Control, which is our flagship product, which is proven mobility management solution, which has extreme technology, out of the box remote support, and geofencing capabilities as well. Now, I will dive into the Excite platform, which is SOTI Excite, a diagnostic intelligence, is to minimize downtime and maximize ROI. We have, what does it cover? Is operational intelligence, visualization, advanced diagnostics, incident management. And this is more of a proactive approach than a reactive approach. If the devices are running end of life cycle, months in advance you would know, because those devices you can keep a track with operational intelligence. It would go into the watch list and you would know how many times the device have been dropped, what is the how many times the device have picked, what applications are being unused, so you can remove those applications. Need not be that you need to change that device. All what you need to do is remove the unopened applications and you free up the space and the device is up and running. And then we have SOTI Snap, which is an app development solution. You can develop your own application by a simple drag and drop application. It's also called the digitized process. And we have SOTI Connect, which is a printer management solution which supports printers from multiple manufacturers from a single pane of glass. You can remotely manage, monitor, and secure printer deployment. And also, printers keep printing and workers keep working. That's our goal for SOTI Connect. And I will hand it over to our expert Julian to take further and have more details on every solution. Julian, over to you, please. Thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you, Manali. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Julian Velasco, Senior Sales Engineer here at SOTI. And I would like to discuss how our key solutions address the common pain points when managing your fleet of mobile devices. Starting with Mobi Control, our EMM/UAM solution to help manage your fleet of mobile devices and providing that set golden image across the board to ensure that your managed devices, when used by the end users, that they are configured as per your requirements. Starting with the first common pain point of device downtime. Mobi Control provides remote management and support capabilities, allowing IT teams to quickly troubleshoot and resolve device issues without needing any on-site visits. This minimizes downtime and ensures continuous operations through our world-leading, recognized, in-house built remote control functionality. Next is ineffective device provisioning. Mobi Control streamlines the device provisioning process through features like zero-touch enrollment and bulk configurations. This allows for rapid setup and deployment of devices, ensuring that employees can access the tools that they need quickly. In utilizing file management capabilities, such as file synchronization and Package Studio, we are able to easily deploy your applications to your fleet of mobile devices through a simple profile and/or policy configuration within the Mobi Control user interface. These files can contain a multitude of different file types, such as text files, PDFs, and install files applications such as APKs for Android and exe and/or MSI files for Windows are a few examples that can be deployed across your fleet of mobile devices. Security risks. Our solution enhances security by enabling organizations to enforce policies for device usage, app access, and data protection. Features like remote locking and wiping, as well as compliancy checks, help safeguard sensitive operational data. One of the most used profile configurations to ensure that your devices are used as intended with restrictive access is our kiosk lockdown profile. In leveraging our lockdown profile configuration, you can ensure that only the applications that you permit for your end users to access are the only applications that can be accessed, having the ability to restrict anything else outside of this kiosk screen. Through extended configurations of kiosk, we also have the ability to control internet browser access through our SOTI Surf solution. SOTI Surf can allow only specific websites to be accessed through our block list and allowed list configurations, and also through leveraging specific website criteria restrictions. We also have a content repository solution named SOTI Hub, in which you can leverage any existing SharePoint or OneDrive repositories to allow access to certain files for your end users across your fleet. Next, we have a solution named Settings Manager, which is a SOTI-built application that can be utilized if you want to allow specific device settings for your users without compromising the integrity or security of your devices. So settings such as display settings for brightness modifications, sound settings to mute or louden notifications, Wi-Fi settings to allow your end users to connect to a specified network are just a few examples of how Settings Manager can be utilized alongside the kiosk profile to enforce device security. Last but not least is lack of visibility into operations. Mobi Control's analytics and reporting features provide insights into device performance and app usage. In conjunction with data collection policy, we have the ability to outline over time, to read historical data, to understand aspects of your deployment. In addition, utilizing a signal policy within Mobi Control is an advanced monitoring system that tracks the condition of your fleet of mobile devices through criteria that you define. These criteria can span across SOTI Mobi Control and the SOTI Excite indoor location feature. When a criteria is met, it can trigger an alert that appears in the Mobi Control notification panel for full visibility of your fleet. This visibility allows management to make more informed decisions regarding resource allocation and operational efficiencies. And to that point, to further discuss device analytics, we can move on to SOTI Excite. SOTI Excite, our report incident management and operational intelligence solution to help provide full clarity of your operations to identify any potential issues before they actually become issues. Pain points that SOTI Excite has addressed are the following: extended device downtime. Excite enables real-time diagnostics and alerts, allowing organizations to proactively identify and resolve device issues before they lead to extended downtime. SOTI Excite provides historical device trends over time to help paint a picture of operations today and outline potential future operations. This ensures that operations continue smoothly, minimizing disruption to production and distribution schedules. Ineffective troubleshooting. With advanced incident management capabilities, being able to create and manage tickets within its system, Excite streamlines the troubleshooting process. Support teams can quickly access device data and history, leading to faster resolution of issues and minimizing the impact on its operations. In utilizing existing remote control functionality via Mobi Control, leveraging SOTI Excite allows extended capabilities through remote control, such as pulling diagnostic logs to provide additional clarity to understand the root causes of experienced issues, alongside having the ability to leverage screen annotations to allow both the technician and the end user to draw on the screen to outline exactly how to navigate on the device to assist in resolving live issues. For visibility into device performance, it's where SOTI X-Site can provide comprehensive analytics and reporting tools that give visibility into device performance metrics. This insight helps manufacturers and distributors monitor battery health, signal strength, and, and application performance, enabling data-driven decisions to optimize fleet operations. And having lack of insight into cellular coverage, SOTI X-Lite includes a signal strength dashboard, which visually maps out cellular coverage. This helps identify any dead zones, allowing organizations to make more informed decisions regarding route planning and carrier selection to ensure reliable connectivity for your fleet routed devices, such as those in the delivery trucks. And now on to SOTI Connect, our IoT solution to manage the entire lifecycle of your mobile printers. And the most common pain points for printer management that SOTI Connect has addressed include the following. Printer downtime. SOTI Connect enables remote monitoring and management of printers, allowing for real-time diagnostics and issue resolution. This capability reduces downtime significantly by addressing problems before they impact production. Inefficient asset management. The platform offers automated tracking and inventory management of devices throughout the supply chain. By having visibility into the location and status of each device, organizations can optimize resource allocation and minimize losses. Difficulties in configuration and updates. SOTI Connect simplifies the entire process of updating printer configurations, firmware, and certificates by delivering them all remotely. This reduces all that manual effort that would usually be required for updates, ensuring that all devices operate with the latest and greatest settings without disrupting existing workflows. Last but not least, we have lack of data insights. Our solution provides comprehensive analytics that help manufacturers and distributors gauge printer performance, consumable usage, and operational efficiencies. This data-driven approach allows for more informed decision-making regarding printer management and procurement strategies. Thank you, and on to you, Connor.
Julian, Manali, thank you so much for diving into the SOTI ONE platform. I believe you guys provided a good amount of information for each one and not too much where it's overwhelming for all of our attendees here for today. And just a reminder for you guys, my name is Connor Anderson. I am Liberty Systems Solution Architect. Before we kind of get into any of the capabilities that Mobi Control has with our case studies, I just wanted to touch on the risk of unmanaged devices. And this will kind of play into what we're going to be talking about in the future here. So with the risk of unmanaged devices, when those devices are not properly managed, several risks arise, impacting both security and operational efficiency. One major concern is prolonged downtime due to delayed troubleshooting and reduced resolution efficiency. This can sometimes lead to a significant productivity loss. And in addition, unmanaged devices are vulnerable to security breaches, increasing the risk of unauthorized access, data theft, and potential misuse of devices. Having a mixed OS environment or dispersed devices presents even more challenges, as security updates and software rollouts can be difficult to manage without a comprehensive solution. Without remote support or clear policies, troubleshooting is delayed and devices may remain out of service for longer than necessary, further extending downtime, which nobody likes. Mobi Control helps mitigate these risks by providing centralized control and automated updates, ensuring that your mobile operations are secure, efficient, and responsive. And with this, I'll be talking about some capabilities that Mobi Control offers with some internal case studies from Liberty. With lockdown and management, when it comes to managing your mobile devices, security and control are key. Mobi Control, we can lock down applications, ensuring that only approved apps are used. We also implement web filtering to block unauthorized websites, enhancing productivity and security. Application policies can be applied on both the individual and group levels, making it easier to customize and enforce devices you use across your organization. I want to add in that all lockdowns for your IoT devices are fully customizable to include a custom lockdown screen that you guys can implement your own logo on. If you guys would like any specific data that's on those devices as well, like let's say a serial number, or if it's using cellular, you can use your phone number on that screen, or even looking at your IP address, which will help your IT team identify what device it is when trying to remote in and or look at the device for any configuration needs. One of our customer success stories regarding a lockdown for devices is a specialty materials manufacturer that successfully resolved issues related to employees accessing unauthorized apps and altering device settings. By fully locking down their mobile devices, they reduced the downtime and maintenance return rates, which improved efficiency and performance. Next on our list is sending files over the air. Mobi Control allows you to create and deploy profiles and packages remotely. For those of you who don't know what profiles and packages are, profiles allow you to define and manage device settings and configurations. This includes device restrictions, security policies, app management, and compliance monitoring. On the other hand, packages refers to the files or sets of files that are delivered to devices by attaching it to a profile. This could be application installs, custom files, or custom scripts. Additionally, you can automate deployment schedules and monitor the status of updates in real time to include OS updates, ensuring devices stay current and secure without manual intervention. Another customer success story of ours regarding an app update is an HVAC manufacturer that experienced a widespread device outage due to a key mapping issue caused by the app update. With situations like this, having to look at all your devices to change one minor issue can quickly add up in time to include hours if you have a big fleet of devices. So, by quickly updating the XML file and deploying the solution to over 100 devices, they restored functionality within the hour, preventing major disruptions in their operations. And the last topic, remote support, which I just want to add in here. This topic is my favorite, and I'll get into that why once I kind of describe this, is that with remote support features like screen sharing, you can actually see what's going on with the device in real time, making it so much easier to guide someone through a fix or spot a problem yourself. Then there's real-time device diagnostics, which gives you a pretty good deep dive into the device's health, things like your battery life, memory usage, and some connectivity issues, so you can quickly figure out what's going wrong. Together, these tools make troubleshooting way faster and more efficient, helping your team stay focused on their work without having to get bogged down by all those tech problems when you're just tapping on this device left and right. The reason why this is my favorite tool is that Liberty Systems has used this to help troubleshoot problems with their customers base, making SOPs by using remote video capture capabilities and having access to the device's folder structure, which really helps identify where files need to be placed, downloaded, or uploaded, depending on what application may require access to that file. And we all know that reduced downtime equals increased productivity. And as we can kind of see with those little words right in the middle of the screen there, that makes everyone happy. And I agree with that statement wholeheartedly. So with that, if you guys are interested in looking at trying to get a demo, you guys could reach out to sales@libertysystems.com, which will include all of our sales reps here in Stillwater, Minnesota. Or you could reach out to Manali Mehta at SOTI.net, and she can get in contact with us as well, and we can plan to get a demo, or if you guys would like to look at the console itself. Thank you, guys. And I believe we're going to be moving on to questions. All right, just give me 1 second here as I get this all set up. Okay. So it looks like the first question we have here is, how do you enroll a device in SOTI Mobi Control, and how much time does that enrollment setup or process take? I believe that Liberty can answer that side here. So what I see there's probably several methods to enroll your devices within Mobi Control. Now it's dependent on your operating system and your organization's specific needs. But to start, the first way to do it is actually just through manual enrollment. You can do this just by creating like a QR code, using activation emails, using specific URLs, where devices can be manually added by users or IT admins. And SOTI Mobi Control actually offers its own QR generator for the enrollment as well. There's also bulk enrollment through methods like Apple's DEP, which is Device Enrollment Program, or Android Enterprise or Windows Autopilot. The IT teams can provision like a large number of devices pretty quickly. And then also there's the zero touch enrollment, which is through the Android Enterprise, which allows devices to be automatically enrolled in Mobi Control as soon as they are powered on and connected to the internet. And so to kind of go into both those or all three of those options for how much time it takes, if you're doing an individual device, I would say it typically will take around 5 to 10 minutes, depending on your network speed and whether you have some additional configurations based off those profiles and packages that I mentioned in my presentation there, and how many of those are being pushed to the device essentially. But if we're talking about a bulk enrollment, for a large fleet, the setup time per device may be minimized, but the total duration can take several hours depending on how many devices are being enrolled at the same time and the complexity of the policies that are being deployed to the devices. All right, and it looks like another one that we have here is, can Mobi Control integrate with our IT infrastructure and systems, such as Active Directory, SSO, or other enterprise software? And I want to say, Liberty, we'll take that side as well. And Julian, if you want, you can chime in at the end of my answer here if I'm missing anything. But for the most part, yes, I would say SOTI Mobi Control offers actually a pretty deep integration with the existing IT infrastructure. First, starting with Active Directory, Mobi Control can actually synchronize with AD to manage users and your devices based on your directory structure, which will make it easier to deploy policies and configurations that are based off of those. Mobi Control also supports SSO, which enables users to authenticate with existing credentials, and this will simplify your user experience on your end, and especially for organizations that are already using SSO solutions like Okta or Azure AD. And then the last one was enterprise software. So the enterprise software integration, Mobi Control can integrate, with your systems via APIs and connectors, which will enable it to connect to software like ticketing systems, ERP systems, and others, which will streamline your device management. Julian, did you have anything to add on that, or is that a pretty good take on that?
No, that was a perfect answer. I did want to touch on the API part, so I'm glad you covered that because
Yeah.
it is a very extensive API library we have where you can pull out device information, integrate with your systems, and even configure your devices through your enterprise solutions. So yeah, thank you for mentioning that. That was a perfect explanation.
Yeah, perfect.
Mhm.
All right, another one we have is Excite a standalone solution, or would it work with the other suites of products? And I will actually pass that one off to SOTI. Julian or Manali, which one would you like to take that one?
I can fill in, Manal, if you want to add anything to it.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, okay. In short, yeah, SOTI Excite, it works alongside your Mobi Control solution, kind of like an extension to provide that operational intelligence and report incident management capability against your managed fleet. But just to further explain, just the background of SOTI Excite, it essentially helps again just paint a picture of your operations today and outlines device trends with things like battery usage, app usage, location to help make those better business decisions moving forward. But what I do want to touch on is you within SOTI Excite, you'll be able to create and track those tickets to resolve um, and any of those ongoing issues and leveraging our remote control tools and pull out logs and do all the screen annotations. With regards to integration of other softwares, that can include other services like a ServiceNow integration. So if you're using like a ServiceNow ticketing solution, we are currently integrating with that solution. It is on a roadmap being currently discussed by our teams here at SOTI, but further information is in its development, and as of now, that is to be determined. So just putting out a little information just to get a few sparks of interest here for those that are using things like a ServiceNow. You'll be able to, within that ServiceNow solution, do a full remote control, see device analytics to better understand how to troubleshoot those devices that are going through those issues. Sorry, Manali, if you wanted to add
Yeah,
anything to that.
sure. Perfect, Julian. I think you covered everything. On the Excite piece, we also have the live view location as well, which is available, which is a new solution feature which has come up in our SOTI Excite solution. And this is a bundle with Mobi Control. So it's more benefits for you folks on having Mobi Control Excite and in your fleet of ecosystems.
Well, perfect. Thank you, Julian. Thank you, Manali, for touching up on that. We actually do have another question here as well, which is what printers would I be looking for which is best suited for SOTI Connect? For the Connect piece, I would like SOTI probably to answer that one as well. Manali or Julian, would you guys like to take that one?
Yeah, I can take that one away, Manali. So, SOTI Connect, the printers you want to consider would be barcode and industrial label printers supported and certified by our system today. So SOTI Connect is a device agnostic platform, which means we support multiple OEMs. Currently, I think we're above 10 OEMs right now. We support the likes of Sato, Zebra, Bixlon, Pentronics, Brother, and much more. If you need more information on which models and OEMs we support, we have it on our SOTI website, and we can provide that to you as well. Thank you.
Perfect. Thanks, Andrew. Another question that we have is, what are the most common tools within an MDM that Liberty Systems sees being used with our customers? I would like to take that from maybe a Liberty side, and then also SOTI, if you guys could chime in on that too, to see if maybe you guys have some additional insights. But from what Liberty Systems experience has, I fully will back up the remote control and troubleshooting capabilities with Mobi Control. I think that tool has a lot of power behind it. It just allows your IT administrators to remotely view and control the device in real time, which is particularly useful for supporting field workers that are using devices in the field, and they don't have to walk that full warehouse length just to show you an issue. So you're just able to remote in, take a look at that, do screen recording trainings, screen captures if you need to send those off anywhere. So yeah, I would go with remote control. Application management is huge as well. Ensuring that your devices have all the right applications installed and they're up to date. Or if you're looking to try to do version control, that's actually huge as well. If you're not looking to update that application due to one specific niche within that application you like. And then the kiosk mode as well, just having that device that's locked down, set to a specific standard for all your users, and everyone knows what exactly devices are going to look like. It's a pretty interchangeable for having, a multi-tenant device for all users to have. So is there anything else you guys want to add on the SOTI side there?
I would say that's pretty spot on, specifically with the app versioning control. So I think that's a huge one that you did bring up, alongside, again, with the kiosk and ensuring that those devices are used as intended. But having full app version control for your deployed applications is huge. But again, we have different ways, and not to derail too far, but we have different ways in terms of how you can deploy your applications via Google Play Store integration, or if you own those, or if you own those APKs, you have full version control of when you want to deploy and install those. But again, we have various ways depending on your use case of how you want to manage these devices. But Connor, that was perfect. That was perfect.
Perfect. Yes. Thank you, Julian. And I think the last question that I'm seeing here is, what is the process for updating software and firmware on our devices? And can updates be scheduled or automated? Yes, actually, I did touch into that just a little bit when we were going previously, but I'm more than happy to kind of re-up that question where, updating software and firmware through Mobi Control is pretty straightforward and can be customized based on your needs. For automated updates, you can schedule your updates for your apps and your OS patches or firmware. to have that on a scheduled date that you would like. So if you guys want to do that over the weekend when you have no workers are going in, you would just schedule that within the console itself, which is huge to kind of not impact your business hours. You can also, use remote control to go in and do manual updates if needed. And then there's also, the firmware over the air updates, which is supports rugged devices and Android devices, enabling a pretty seamless firmware upgrade through, required physical access to the device. So, yeah, that's what I would put for that one. And then SOTI, again, if you guys have anything on that I kind of missed, that'd be great for just a follow-up on that.
I think you've covered everything.
That was good.
Yeah, perfect. All right. Well, that's all the questions I'm seeing so far. So I think we'll kind of end it there. We want to go ahead and say thank you to everyone for joining SOTI and Liberty Systems here today to kind of learn about what the SOTI ONE platform is and how specifically mobile control can kind of help your environments. And again, if you guys want to reach out to us, I'll just put it over here just one more time just for the demo. Please reach out to sales@libertysystems.com or Manali Mehta at SOTI.net.